Jeffrey Epstein was a wealthy financier. He was known for his connections to high-profile individuals. However, he became infamous for something far darker. Epstein was involved in sex trafficking and exploitation of minors. Epstein's crimes shocked the world. He used his wealth and influence to exploit young girls. Many of his victims were minors. They were lured with promises of money and a better life. The charges against Epstein painted a grim picture. He had a network that enabled his crimes. This network included powerful friends and associates. Epstein's actions left a trail of trauma and pain. The story of Jeffrey Epstein is one of power and corruption. It highlights the dark side of wealth and influence. His case has sparked widespread outrage and calls for justice. The details of his crimes are disturbing and complex. Jeffrey Epstein was born on January 20th, 1953. He grew up in Brooklyn, New York. Epstein attended Lafayette High School. Later, he studied at Cooper Union and New York University. However, he did not complete his degree. Epstein began his career as a teacher. He worked at the Dalton School in Manhattan. It was a prestigious private school. His charm and intelligence were evident. He soon transitioned into the world of finance. In the 1970s, Epstein joined Bear Stearns. It was a major investment bank. He quickly rose through the ranks. By the 1980s, he had established his own firm. Epstein's wealth and connections grew significantly. Epstein's career was marked by secrecy and intrigue. He managed the assets of the ultra-wealthy. His client list included some of the world's richest individuals. Epstein's financial empire was vast and complex. The first allegations against Epstein emerged in the early 2000s. Several young women came forward. They accused him of sexual abuse. These allegations led to an investigation by the Palm Beach Police Department. The investigation uncovered disturbing evidence. Many victims were minors. They described being lured to Epstein's mansion. There they were subjected to sexual exploitation. The scale of the abuse was alarming. Despite the evidence, Epstein's connections proved powerful. The investigation faced numerous obstacles. Prosecutors were hesitant to pursue charges. Epstein's legal team mounted a strong defense. The initial investigation did not lead to a trial. However, it set the stage for future legal battles. The allegations against Epstein continued to grow. The public began to take notice of his crimes. In 2008, Epstein reached a plea deal. He pleaded guilty to state charges of soliciting prostitution, including minors. The deal was highly controversial. It allowed Epstein to avoid federal charges. Epstein served only 13 months in jail. He was allowed to leave for work during the day. Many saw this as a miscarriage of justice. The victims felt betrayed by the legal system. The 2019 arrest new charges emerge. In July 2019, Epstein was arrested again. This time, the charges were more severe. He faced federal charges of sex trafficking. The arrest was a result of renewed investigations. Public pressure had mounted over the years. The new charges painted a grim picture. Epstein was accused of running a vast trafficking network. He allegedly exploited dozens of underage girls. The crimes spanned several years and multiple locations. Epstein's arrest was a significant development. It reignited public interest in his case. The media coverage was extensive. Many hoped that justice would finally be served. The victims' voices were amplified. The 2019 arrest brought new evidence to light. Investigators uncovered documents and testimonies. These revealed the extent of Epstein's crimes. The legal battle was expected to be lengthy and complex. The mysterious death. Epstein's demise in custody. On August 10th, 2019, Jeffrey Epstein was found dead. He was in his cell at the Metropolitan Correctional Center. His death was ruled a suicide by hanging. However, many questions remained unanswered. The circumstances of Epstein's death were suspicious. He was under suicide watch. Yet the protocols were not followed. Cameras malfunctioned and guards failed to check on him. These anomalies fueled speculation. Epstein's death sparked numerous conspiracy theories. Some believed he was silenced to protect powerful individuals. Others questioned the competence of the prison staff. The truth remains elusive. The impact of Epstein's death was immediate. It halted the legal proceedings against him. However, investigations into his network continued. The public demanded answers and accountability. The mystery of his death endures. Conspiracy theories, speculations and suspicions. Epstein's death gave rise to many conspiracy theories. Some believe he was murdered. They argue that powerful individuals wanted him silenced. Epstein had connections to influential people. This fueled suspicions of foul play. Others think Epstein's death was a result of negligence. They point to the failures of the prison system. The guards' actions and the malfunctioning cameras are seen as incompetence. This theory suggests a cover-up of mistakes. Several high-profile figures were linked to Epstein. This added to the conspiracy theories. Politicians, celebrities and business leaders were all mentioned. The public speculated about their involvement in Epstein's crimes. The theories about Epstein's death vary widely. Some are based on circumstantial evidence. Others are more outlandish. Regardless, they reflect a deep mistrust in the system. The truth about Epstein's death remains a topic of debate. Notable individuals linked to Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein had many high-profile connections. These included politicians, celebrities, and business leaders. Some of the most notable names were former President Bill Clinton and Prince Andrew of the United Kingdom. Bill Clinton flew on Epstein's private jet multiple times. He denied any involvement in Epstein's crimes. However, his association raised eyebrows. Prince Andrew faced more direct allegations. He was accused of sexual misconduct with a minor linked to Epstein. Other notable individuals included Donald Trump and Alan Dershowitz. Trump knew Epstein socially but denied any wrongdoing. Dershowitz, a prominent lawyer, defended Epstein in court. He also faced accusations from one of Epstein's victims. These connections added complexity to Epstein's case. They highlighted the reach of his influence. The involvement of such figures fueled public interest. It also led to calls for further investigations. Public reaction and legal repercussions. The public reaction to Epstein's case was intense. Many were outraged by the details of his crimes. The leniency of his 2008 plea deal was widely criticized. There was a strong demand for justice for the victims. Epstein's arrest in 2019 was seen as a victory. It showed that the legal system could still hold powerful individuals accountable. However, his death in custody was a setback. It left many questions unanswered. The legal repercussions extended beyond Epstein. Investigations into his network continued. Some of his associates faced charges. The case also prompted changes in how such crimes are prosecuted. The Epstein case had a lasting impact. It brought attention to issues of sex trafficking and exploitation. It also highlighted flaws in the justice system. The public's demand for accountability remained strong. The lasting impact of Epstein's case. Jeffrey Epstein's case had a profound impact on public discourse. The details of his crimes were shocking. They highlighted the vulnerabilities of young girls. The controversy surrounding Epstein's death added to the case's complexity. It fueled numerous conspiracy theories. The public remains divided on the true cause of his death. The case led to significant legal and social changes. The victims' voices were finally heard. But the long list of those that used his service are still untouched, and they are among us today. The legacy of Jeffrey Epstein's case is multifaceted. Shasha 2024.